I'm at Brussels airport again, and we're going to fly down to Waterloo. Looks complicated on the map here, but let's zoom. It's got like 9 waypoints, but it's so simple actually, as you'll see. So parking brake off, tow brakes on, advancing the throttle, 50% RPM, 60, 70, tow brakes off, 80, 90, full mil power. Bit of up trim, come through 100 knots, 120, start to rotate, climbing out, tap the brakes, gear up.
Pull up, pull up.
Fantastico. Right, now our first waypoint's off to the east, so let's do a turn back over the airport to the west.
MiGMan
Sorry,
007, continue for north departure.
east-west, you know what I mean, we're heading east now.
MiGMan 007, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Brussels Tower MiGMan 007 frequency change.
Alright, so let's go back over the airport. See if we can come right back on track. Because the first waypoint is literally about a mile or two from the runway. Let's go to the right wing cam. So it's just slightly northeast, and it's a bridge on this main ring road around Brussels. We're going to follow that ring road for the first 7 waypoints. We really don't even need to look at the map. It's coming up, dead centre, slow up. So you've got this dual carriageway arcing around in front of us, crossing a river. There's waypoint 1. Awesome. Right, let's go to the left camera because we're going to fly just outside the road. Waypoint 2 is going to be a bunch of bridges. So at 500 feet, it's a pretty good altitude for this. Keeps us out of trouble, but we can see a lot of detail. Okay, waypoint 2 is coming up, just around this bend, and here we go. A bevy of bridges, you might say. Every which way. Amazing. Waypoint 3 next, obviously. That is described as flyovers and we veer left. Just gotta check my trim there, keep the speed under control. So once again, following the road as it wanders left and right. 250 knots is good. Waypoint 3 coming up. Looking for a bunch of flyovers. I think I can see them. I'm going to veer left. Pretty much head south at that point. Here we go. Here's the flyovers. Pretty dramatic, and we're definitely veering left. Just super impressed with the way these roads are presented. Righto, now we've got a hook left, veer left and veer right, which will make sense when we get there. Waypoint 4, veer left, it's when the road kind of splits. And you see that chimney up the front, we want to go left of that, but it'll be obvious when we get there. Coming up. So you could be tempted to go straight ahead here and then what, am I going right? No, I made a point of saying you need to veer left at this big warehouse. And then there's a bridge about 2k along. Bridge over this river, here it is, and we veer right again. Pretty cool. Veering right, that's waypoint 5. Oh, look at that chimney. Smoke, that's awesome. Right here. Waypoint 6, so the intersection goes straight ahead. Hultzinger Estate is on the left. The significance of which I cannot remember now 2 years later, but seemed like a good idea at the time. Speed's good, about 250-ish, 500 feet exactly. Okay, so intersection. I'm not quite there yet. Coming up. Here. Yep, we got kind of, you know, on ramps and off ramps going on. Pretty much go straight ahead. Now, waypoint 7 and 8 are two 90-degree turns to the left. Let's have a look at them on the map. As you can see down there. Turn east and turn north, basically. Waypoint 9, then you head off to the northeast and you're back at the airport. So even though it looks complicated on paper, in practice, a nice, relaxed flight plan. Come up to waypoint 7, take left exit. Right, so there's some off ramps here. Watch the speed, watch the speed. Dangerous flying that slow. Right, take the left exit. Not quite yet. Just hop, sort of hanging up here, trying to spot the exit. There it is. There it is, dead centre. So the road veers, is off ramp to the left. Beautiful scenery. Left exit, and then another 90-degree turn, not long. Here we go. Take the left exit. Come hard east. Absolutely smashing. Look at these towers here, they are super tall. Wow, okay, must be a lot of mobile phones here. And then we've got a left-hand turn taking us north over Waterloo. Coming up, not quite yet. I think it is here. No, another mile or so. Here we go. Left-hand turn, there's a road that comes left too, that's good. Keep coming left, and you can see the yellow fields of Battle of Waterloo stretching out in front of us. How cool is that? Getting all kinds of Napoleonic vibes now. A lot of history here. And there's a road, look, going all the way up, which you can follow, actually. And I believe waypoint 9 is on this road. So, fields on the left, keep following the road here. Oh, it's Le Chalet Robinson. Le Chalet Robinson. It's my French accent. I know we're not in France, but it's nearby, which I believe from memory was a chalet, a house in the middle of a lake. I'm loving those autumn colours in the trees. Right, so we're leaving Waterloo. Let's climb a bit. Let's get to about 1,000 feet, see if we can see this lake. I think it was a lake. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's at 12 o'clock. Or is it this large house in the field? Could be that too. I haven't got time to look at my briefing notes. I reckon it's this house here. Large chalet. Take a picture of that, we'll check it later. I reckon that was it. But the waypoint says not. Okay, I knew there was a lake involved. Yeah, I was right the first time. So somewhere in here, just to our left, there it is, there's a chalet. Boom. Then we're back into the city, directly northeast. Take us back to the airport. Cool. Whew. Okay. Let's talk to the lovely people at Brussels. Channel 2. Channel 1. Mike India Golf 5.
Brussels Tower MiGMan 007 is 5 miles southwest 1,600 feet with Yankee to land.
MiGMan 007 Brussels Tower. Altimeter 29.9, wind 025 at 4. Make straight in runway 01.
Mike India Golf, copy.
MiGMan 007, wind 025 at 4. Cleared to land runway 01.
I think this is it right here. It is, yeah. Okay, we'll do a run in and break. Pseudo-military style, which I learned from watching a YouTube video.
MiGMan 007, acknowledge last transmission.
Mike India Golf, copy, and don't spill your coffee. Right, let's do a break.
MiGMan 007, please acknowledge.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Cleared to land runway 01 MiGMan 007.
Righto, huge airport. That's our runway. There's the tower. Right, coming up to the threshold. Let's throttle back. Already cleared to land, so good. We're pretty close to the runway. But anyway, let's just put some G's on. Hard G's. Drop the gear, watch the power. And yeah, a little bit wide, but yeah, that was a pretty tight turn. No excuses, actually. Gears down, landing lights are on, speed brake out. Got plenty of runway. They'll be laughing at this landing after that
Power.
high-speed pass. Yeah, real hot shot here. Okay, hand over reverse thrust as we touch down now, and reverse thrust, throttle forward. Yeah, hi again, guys. Sorry about that coffee spill.
MiGMan 007, turn next taxiway.
Reverse thrust off. Mike India Golf, copy. Mike India Golf, copy.
Brussels Airport information, Yankee 1100 Zulu. Wind 210 at 28. Visibility, 9er.
Did not
Sky
want to
condition, clear.
change channels.
Temperature,
Channel 1.
15. Dew point, 1 tree.
Channel 1.
Altimeter.
Like India Golf 1.
121.7 MiGMan 007.
Okay, so I need to get a map out and work out where to go next. But there we go, the Battle of Waterloo at Brussels. Saying goodbye to Brussels, and we're heading to Deurne at the port of Antwerp. So unusual. I think this is only the first of only 2 out of the many hundreds of flight plans in the package ferry flights, just as examples, but they're easy enough to set up yourself. Okay, so parking brake off, 50%, 60% RPM, tow brakes off, 80, 90 coming to mil power, adding some back trim, right rudder. Should fly away about 120. Let's give it a bit of a help. Positive rate of climb, tap the brakes, gear up. Throttle down, and obviously we're going to turn to the northwest.
MiGMan 007, continue for south departure.
Like India Golf, copy.
Brussels Tower MiGMan 007, continue for south departure.
MiGMan 007, leaving light airspace, frequency change approved.
Like India Golf, copy.
Brussels Tower MiGMan 007, frequency change.
Just about a 20-mile flight. I've got a pretty light fuel load on. I've got about 220 gallons per side, internal, no drop tanks. And we'll rather sheepishly wave to the tower as we go past, because kind of embarrassed ourselves on the last flight with a very amateurish landing after buzzing the tower. Yeah. Very polite goodbye, waving and waving. Yep. Okay. Just coming a bit left until we get back on track. We go to the right wingtip camera and the underwing camera. We're intercepting the track. Yes, so ferry flights, I don't see the point taking up space. Well, that's one reason. Another one is especially, well, anywhere actually, there's an infinite number of ways you can decide which town you're going to fly from next. So just go into the flight planner in Microsoft Flight Sim, type in the 4-letter code for the airport you're going from, where you're going to, and it'll draw a straight line. You can just fly that. There's no need for me to spell that out for you and just take up. Well, like I said, there's no point. I thought about it, but let's say like tour of New South Wales with all these towns 20 or 30 miles apart, there's an infinite number of ways you might choose to route your trip. So I'll leave it up to you. Now we're following a canal to Fort Bredonk. Which is waypoint 1. It's coming up pretty soon. We'll slow up. And it's in a clearing, or it was last time I was here. There it is, right in front of us. I'll do a circle around it. Interesting to know when it dates back to. Possibly, I don't know, World War I before. I've not done the research on that. Surrounded by a moat. Suggests might be quite old. Okay, so it's just doing a circle around that. As you can see here. Keep turning and we'll get back on track to Deurne, which is not very far away. Okie doke. Waypoint 2 is a bridge. And let's see if we can spot it. Yep. So yep, as I can't spot it, so it's fooling around too much. And no, my first instinct was right. I was looking at waypoint 1 again. This is the bridge. So yeah, it's very easy to spot. Got an island in the middle of the river. There's actually 2 bridges there. That's pretty cool actually. Nice landmark. And it sets us up southwest of Deurne Airport. So let's climb a bit. Let's go to say 3,000 feet and I'll call the airport. Channel 2. Channel 1. Channel 1. Mike India Golf 4.
Tower MiGMan 007 is 7 miles southwest, 2,500 feet with
Okay.
whiskey to land.
7 miles.
MiGMan 007 Tower. Altimeter 29er.88, wind 028 at 10. Fly left downwind runway 29er.
Runway 29. Mike India Golf copy. Let's dial that in. Runway 287, 88, 89. There it is. I can see it in front of us. Right, so we're landing off to the left. So we'll come in about midfield, fly downwind, and then do a break and land to keep it short and sweet. Let's get back in the pit. There it is.
MiGMan 007, did you hear my last transmission?
Mike India Golf copy.
Enter left traffic runway to 9er MiGMan 007.
I think there might be some photogrammetry around, which is why we're feeling a bit shaky here.
MiGMan 007, wind 028 at 10. Clear to land runway 29er.
Mike India Golf copy.
Cleared to land runway
Cleared out.
to 9er MiGMan 007.
Throttle back, but actually I won't throttle back too much. We've got a 180 degree turn. There's the runway. Let's get our head in the HUD, as I like to say. Speed brake out. We've got 3 greens, gears down. Landing light is on. Very steep approach. Yeah. Bit of an ignominious entry to Antwerp. Oh, that kind of rhymes. Yeah. Speed brake in. Don't worry, we're in a grip and we can stop.
Power.
Okay, hand over reverse thrust. Gonna need it. Nose wheel down, reverse thrust engaged, and full throttle. Yeah, it's pretty
MiGMan 007,
Shonky.
contact ground on 121.905.
thrust down, reverse thrust cancelled. Mike India Golf copy. Almost took out their Mike India Golf copy.
121.9er 05 MiGMan 007.
Almost took out the windsock. That would have been just excellent. Boy, I've got to get my act together here. It's 2 wonky landings in a row. I've still got reverse thrust engaged. Look at that, and going backwards. Reverse thrust off. Right. Okay, nose wheel steering is not working that well. I'm going to use the differential braking. Yeah, it does play up sometimes. It's not just on this aircraft either. Luckily it has good off-road capabilities. Good morning, Belgian driver. This is my slot, I think. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I got to get the mechanics out to look at this nose wheel steering. But here's one practical use for reverse thrust. You can reverse out of trouble. Okay, I'll keep doing that and sort out the steering and see you on the next flight. Right, I'm taking off from Antwerp and in a more suitable aircraft for a 22-mile flight. I'm in the shock cub. So let's go and check out the local sites. Cautiously easing the throttle forward. This is the beast of the machine. Very cautiously up off the tail wheel. Let's get some right rudder in. Airspeed's alive. I've got a crosswind, left stick. It's already climbing up. I've got flaps 1. Keep throttling up. Airspeed's still very low. Quite a crosswind actually. Okay, 60 knots. Let's put the flaps up. Right, it wants to settle in. Just check my trim's working. It is. And while I do that, let's go and check out the outboard cameras. That looks pretty cool. While I reset my moving map display. Right, I want the magenta line to be at the start. Right, so we've got outboard camera, we've got inboard right, inboard left, outboard right. Also got a rear camera for landing, which might be fun to try later too. Righto, let's so no moving map display in the cockpit, but of course there's the one in the sim you can pull up. So let's watch our airspeed. I did overspeed this back in Minsk, which is quite disappointing. Right, so way south of track, coming back to the airport as you can see. Then we're going to head to the south-west. We're sitting on 500 feet. Excellent. Seem to have got that sight picture happening. Should have done by now. Right, coming left onto track. Love this cockpit. Love the whole aircraft. Right, you really feel like you're flying. And of course I'm flying in a 1:1 size with my 85-inch display. And as I was just reminded by watching Air Manager video, like in a real aircraft, when you look down, glance down, you've got instruments very close to you, 30 centimetres away, then you look up and the scenery is further away, which is different focus for your eyes, and that's adds to the immersion actually. Super cool. Right, so chit chat is all good, but let's look for Fort 1 at waypoint 1. Got to go to the left fuselage camera, I think. Seems to serve me well. Now it's a quite wooded area, quite built up. Just looking at my recon pictures. Fort 1, okay, it's at a lake. Lake is the clue. I think I can see the lake coming up. Here it is, indeed. Get a snapshot of that. Very picturesque scene. Fort 1, don't know the history of this. Something to look up. Now we've got a right hand turn to the Palace of Justice, which huge building, pretty easy to spot. I do remember that. Anyway, you don't have to remember it because I've got my briefing notes here all nicely illustrated. And if you're flying the Microsoft version, you've got, of course, a subset of those pictures in the cockpit. One per waypoint, whereas in the other versions, of course, you've got a lot more pictures to look at, but it's up to you what you want. Anyway, we've got quite a ways to go. I think I can see it just left of the wing strut there, the vertical strut. Yep, I'm sure that's it. Look at the church. It's awesome. Good weather today too. It's a nice 12 degrees out there. Look at that intersection. I don't know. It looks so nice. I'm just saying it's a nice intersection. Right. Carrying on. So this is within the city limits. Very local flight. Good sightseeing route to take your friends on. For example, in your home cockpit, they can sit behind you, look over your shoulder, give them a sick bag if they need one. There's plenty to look at. Look at the road network, and here's the palace coming up on the right. Let's get down a bit lower for that. I'm going to throttle back. Palace of Justice, and then in stark contrast, this let's call it a relic of postmodernism. Museum an des Ruhm. It's an art museum, I believe. Yep. Here we go. This is pretty eye-catching, that's for sure. Wow. Okay. Can we see much in the rear camera? Yeah, we'll get a shot there. Nice. Oh, look at the entrance too. It's wow. Okay, got to come back here in the chopper. Now, pretty much follow the canal around here. And there's our cursive photogrammetry haunting us there. You can see the brick-coloured building. It's kind of a reddish orange. Very good visual landmark, I've got to say that. You cannot miss it. But let's check this church out on the way, actually. Something it probably took generations to build. Quite amazing, wow. Fantastic. Right, and here's the focal point. Certainly stands out. It's made no attempt to blend in. Right, words fail me. And now, waypoint 4 and 4, 5, 6. We are following the canal. I'm going to follow it way out to the east, actually. Sitting on 50 knots, probably 80s, going to be a bit more comfortable, but this is good down to about 35. So following this canal, let's just pan the camera left. The ports are over there, we'll check them out on the next flight. .80 knots now, just retrimming a bit. It's coming up to 500 feet. Just pan the camera out a bit. Just enjoying all the detail. Very, very relaxing flight. Just throttle back a little bit. Coming up to waypoint 5, which is really just a bend in the canal. Nothing to get too disconcerted about. Looks amazing in there. Let's swing to the north a bit because we're going to turn right. Look at, yeah, it's a long canal, as you can see. Let's look back. It's a great feature to follow. I try to pick obvious visual flight references, not obscure ones. And this is just a present, this one. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's speed up a little bit. I get to 100 knots. Watching the RPM, it's getting near maximum. Watch the speed. This will be one of my quietest flights. I think the slower pace Just slowed my brain down. Those jet flights, especially the short ones, boy, are they hectic sometimes. So, a bit of a strong crosswind there. So, plenty of, like, what's this on the left below us? What kind of institution is it? Is it commercial? Is it educational? All those kind of things one can look up. Now the big turn's coming up at these two. You can see the large round body of water coming up on the right there. That's where we turn about 110 degrees. Follow the main road back to Antwerp centre, which puts us just north of the airfield. So I'm going to just climb a bit, see if we can spot the main road. Climbing, keep the energy up. Pretty sure that's the main road crossing at this bridge. Yeah, that's it. Okay, it wasn't too hard, was it? Right, throttle back. Let's get our head back in the game here. Literally. Right. Don't get too slow. So here's the main road coming in from the east. That just looks great. Follow this road all the way back to town centre. Don't overspeed. It's supposed to redline about 130. I swear I was only doing 100 when I broke the last one, so being super cautious today. Let's get the external camera out again. There we go. See more of that road. It's about a 6-mile run. And I think I'll call the airport now. Have I got them tuned in? I thought I did have. Channel 2. Channel 1. Channel 1. 132.305. I thought I had that dialed in. Let's do it now. 3132.305. 205. There we go. Yeah, right, 135.205. Mike India Golf 4.
Tower MiGMan 007 is 4 miles northeast, 900 feet with whiskey to land.
MiGMan 007 Tower. Altimeter 29er.9er 110 8 at 11. Make left traffic runway 11.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Fly left downwind runway 11 MiGMan 007.
Right, so the airport should... Oh, there it is. It's that green patch just coming into the... how can I say? Below the angled strut. Yep. Okay, cool. Anyway, we're going to continue up to the centre of town. Right, so let's check the speed. Let's go to the right wing. Oh, look at the golf course. So much to check out around here. Right, so let's go to the left wing. We are going to swing left. looks like a athletic track down there. Sitting on 80 knots, which is, I like. And I reckon I've put the waypoint on this T intersection that's coming up.
MiGMan 007 wind 0 tree 8 at 11. Clear to land runway 11.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Cleared to land runway 11 MiGMan 007.
Well, it's more than a T intersection. It's complex, but the road comes to an end. It's kind of a T intersection. No, it's not. It goes right across there. Anyway, it was quite easy to spot. So let's turn back to the airport, which we can see very clearly. And we're landing to the left, actually, so we can go straight in. And where's all the buildings are down this end, so I'll land as short as I can. No point dropping the flaps yet, it'll take 2 weeks to get to the threshold. I'm sitting on 50 knots. Okay, let's give them stage 1 flaps now. Let's get back in the pit. Yep, that's stage 1. Yep, just want to double check. Fuel's good. I've got 12 whole gallons left. Keep us flying around all day if we wanted to. Right, we're at 60 knots coming downhill really steep. I'm gonna hope to land, stop before that second taxiway. Let's see how we go. I'm gonna go full flaps in a second. Now, and look how ridiculously slow it's gonna get. Down to 40 knots, I'm gonna kick in the right rudder. Keep sinking, and well, it is a Bush aircraft.
MiGMan 007 contact ground on 121.905.
There you go. Told you it stops quickly. It's just absurdly good. Mike India Golf, copy. Oops, Mike, drop the button. Mike India Golf, copy.
121.905 MiGMan 007.
Let's put the seat up a bit. Yeah, tail draggers. Righto, so there's our local flight around Antwerp, and I could probably do that about 20 more times, I think, and focus on different things each time. Pretty simple, easy to find your way around, and lots of great things to see. Okay, we're taking off midfield from Brussels Airport. Midfield because the runway looks to be about 8.5 miles long, I reckon. So, especially in the Gripen, we will not need all of that. Okay, everything's checked. Wheel brakes are off. Advancing the RPM, 40%, 50, 60, 70, toe brakes off, 80, 90, full military power. Airspeed's alive, 60, 70, 80, 120 knots. Let's rotate, take off, tap the brakes, gear up, trim down a bit, and out of burner. Very cool. Righto, so right, just reactivating my flight plan. Let's put the landing lights off, the gear is up. I was going to say that's kind of a stall turn. Let the nose keep dropping, get the speed back up. So it's a very short flight plan, it's about 32 miles. and it's just basically out to the Atomium loop, straight to the west, and then back to the airport in a left-hand turn. So let's go past the tower. But it covers science, religion, justice and medicine, four of the great pillars of Western civilization. So it's probably the most iconic, visually iconic flight in the whole world tour, I reckon. And it's been a good couple of years since I've been here, so I'm really excited about flying past the Atomium statue again. Sculpture, rather. All of them. They're all great landmarks. Okay, so we're heading west. See the size of the airport. You could... absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Okay. Let's get trimmed up. Let's go to the left recon pod. See if we can spot this Atomium. Not quite yet. Watch the speed. Now there's a cluster of buildings dead ahead out there, and I reckon it's just to the left of them. We'll see the sun glinting off it in a moment. Sitting on 1,000 feet, which is good. Slow up a bit. It's hiding its... oh, I can't see it for looking. It's quite big right in front of me, but it's in front of two grey buildings. So it wasn't standing out in relief from the ground. Right, but there it is. And huge stadium behind it, beautiful park on the left. It's just awesome. All around awesome. So grab a snap of that. I'll come back in the chopper. Awesome. Actually, I got a gallery on the website where I climbed up the stairs and took pictures from the top of it. It's very nice. Now to the National Basilica of the Sacred Heart. See a slight turn. It's easy. Dead ahead. Beautiful verdigris colour on the copper roofing. Watch the speed. Don't get too slow. Absolutely marvellous. Wow. Another slight left turn. To the Palace of Justice. Watch the speed, watch the speed. There it is. It's in its kind of wedding cake relief, peering out of the morning sun. Waypoint 3, Palace of Justice. So science, religion, Western law. What a great building that is. And now Western medicine coming up at Leonardo da Vinci Hospital. I mean, that's a pretty mimetic name as well. Right, we're lined up on that. Oh, and along the way, passing the park of what I think translates as 5 centuries or something. I think we just went over it. Yeah, can't really see it from that angle. It's okay. Let's just focus on the hospital. Which is at an intersection. It's there. It is below the right wing. Let's look to the right. See if I can get the camera to pan around. There's the hospital. Very cool. Right, that's it. Very short hop, but with a lot of potential. Let's get back on the ground. See where they want us to land. Channel 2. Channel 1. Mike India Golf 5.
Brussels Tower MiGMan 007 is 4 miles south, 2,600 feet, with Yankee to land.
MiGMan 007 Brussels Tower. Altimeter 29er.9er 21035 at 28. Fly left traffic runway 19er.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Fly left traffic runway 19er MiGMan 007.
Righto, so let's get down to reciprocal heading. There it is over there. So 01 will be reciprocal. Righto. So fuel's good. Let's put landing light on. .350 knots.
MiGMan 007 wind 035 at 28. Clear to land runway 19er.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Clear to land runway 19er MiGMan 007.
Right, throttle back. Tap the speed brake. Pull to final. Lower the gear now. Speed brake in. Get my hand right in the HUD. Watch the power settings. There's the runway. Okay, 3 greens, gears down, fuel's good. Landing lights are on. Speed is good. Gonna throttle right back. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit of power in. Put my hand over the reverse thrust. A bit more power actually, I've got a bit slow there. Hand over reverse thrust, it's going to be a slow landing. Stabilise now. Throttle back, flare. Come down a bit hard. Reverse thrust, throttle forward. And voila.
MiGMan 007 exit runway when able.
Reverse thrust cancelled, and go and find ourselves somewhere to park and have some nice Belgian waffles. Back in the Shock Ultra, taking off out of Deurne Airport in Belgium. We're going to do the Antwerp docks tour. Got flaps 1, checking that. Cautiously open the throttle on this. So cautiously right up off the tail wheel. Lots of right rudder kicked in. Airspeeds are low, coming up to 40 knots and we're up. Side slipping like crazy. Keep the power up. 50 knots, I'm going to put the flaps up. Let it speed up a bit now. Right, so just going to trim down a bit. Trim down a bit.
MiGMan 007, continue for east departure.
Mike India Golf, copy.
Tower MiGMan 007, continue for east departure.
Right, so already at 500 feet. Let's turn onto track, which is to the northwest. Such a fun aircraft. And our first waypoint is that ochre red orange building we can see straight ahead, the Modern Art Museum. Museum under Sturm. So let's stay around 500 feet, I think. And about 80 knots should be good. So we're climbing up. Let's have a look a bit closer. Oh, of course it's a metric being checked. It's a metric speedo, which means nothing to me. I've got Imperial in my cockpit as it should be. Right, 500 knots is level out. Let speed pick up. 70 knots. Trimming down. Coming across the centre of town again. There's that Palace of Justice on the left. Saw that early this morning. Lovely church there. Okay, so it's only a 29-mile flight. We're going up the canal. There's some World War II fortifications along the way. The northwest corner is actually the border with Netherlands, so it was worth going to that. Then flying back via a lock and back to this museum because it's such a great visual reference point. Let's go to the right wing view. Very nice. It's afternoon sun. And I'm pretty sure about that this time. One embarrassing flight recently where I talked about the afternoon sun because it was morning. Right. Nice marina here. So lots of canals connecting things up. On track, I don't know, my moving map display not synced. Now it is, right, just past waypoint 1 and just going to there we go, reset my waypoints. Just one of those things I got to add to the checklist. Nice marina over there, very flat of course, near the Netherlands. It's all pretty flat.
MiGMan 007 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Mike India Golf copy.
Tower MiGMan 007 frequency change.
So sitting on 400 feet, and wow, we've got more chimneys in this area than I've seen anywhere in one spot before. It's pretty cool. I don't seem to talk as much on these slow flights. Guess that tells us something. Oh, check out, we've got red smoke coming out of this one. It might be a flame. It's probably burning off oil or gas, I reckon. Looks very cool. Let's just jump back in and have a look. Wow. So lots of POL storage, I'd gather here. Petroleum, oil and lubrication. Look at the rail lines running up there. What a complex infrastructure this is. So we're following this canal, the East Canal. Right, and I said there's World War II fortifications on the right. I don't think we've reached them yet. I think it's this area. Let's just get my seat up. About 12 o'clock. Yeah, there's pictures of it in the briefing notes anyway. Let's get the speed up a bit. Sitting on 80. And quite a few wind turbines, as we can see. Of course, all these smokestacks are from Puffin flight, and the huge ones over there. Wind turbines are Asobo. Power lines are Mamu and the solar farmers and the marinas. And the boats, like the one we can see out there, are from the GAIST project, version 3. Yeah, there's the fortifications. Check them out in the Bell helicopter later on. But all the photographs in the briefing notes are stock standard scenery. Just going to try a little bit lower for a bit, because why not? There's quite a breeze out here today. We're getting a bit of wake on the water. Let's pan that camera left. Being a bit careful here at low altitude. Nice. Oops, looks like some swamp thing, or possibly gamma irradiated pond there. Very relaxing way to spend your time. Water, the wind. Now waypoint 3 is just the north end of this East Canal. And then the northwest corner, very close, is where the border is. So we'll climb a little bit. As we come around the corner, let's put some power on. Watch out for these very tall, they're about 250 feet, so they're pretty high. Actually go around those two chimneys, watching out for this tower on the right, because we're turning hard left back to the south. Round we go. I like the anti-collision light on top, and they've got red ones flashing on that chimney there. That's super cool. Watch the speed, don't get into trouble again here. Yes. Now we've got some ship traffic happening out there. And this is the border right here. Netherlands, Belgium border. So I guess we're going to stay on our side of the canal. Could fly past that ship. Let's oh geez, we've got a lot of power infrastructure down there. Courtesy of Mamu. Fantastic job. Yeah, let's check out the ship. Why not? We're here. Look at the sunlight on that water. It's idyllic. What kind of ship is it? It's, like some freight ship, I guess. Containers, cars. Pretty awesome, whatever it is. Wow. Yeah, I thought of starting a ship spotting diary, but problem is I barely know one end of a ship from another. I have spent a bit of time on ships. All I remember is there's no port left. That's how you remember that left is port. Starboard is the other one. Okay, so let's go back to the right hand side. Right, so cutting straight down south from that border is going to bring us slightly across the West Bank, and that's alright. It's all part of the plan. It's all been approved by higher authorities. and we're heading towards a lock. Then along the canal back to the museum and home. Wow, look at that playground. It'll be fun landing the chopper on those top of those what do you call them? Elevated pieces of land there. That's an awesome plume of steam. And look at all the power lines below us. Superb. We're right on track, just following the shoreline. And they're going to cut across, well, actually just going a straight line, but means we'll be cutting across this next canal, looking for the dock straight ahead. Check speed's good, 80 knots. Yeah, it's such a relaxing way to get around these light aircraft compared to the fast movers. Depends what mood you're into, of course. Check out the power lines crossing. That's awesome. That's a big stretch across the canal there. Wow. Lots of containers down there. It's pretty cool. Just coming to the right a bit so we can look left at the lock. Wow. It just still boggles my mind exploring the world like this. Unbelievable. Great testament to the engineers that brought this sim to life and the vision they had of this high fidelity world, which we dreamt of 40 years ago, but these guys have realised their dream. Here's the lock. Try to get a nice shot of that. Yep. Camera. Camera. No, do it manually. Camera. Yeah, I've got to tweak my voice command entry there. Righto. And in the distance we can see the museum again. So we're heading to the southeast. I'm going to be circumnavigated to Antwerp docks. It's pretty good. It's very cool. .80 knots, 500 feet as usual. A bit of marina coming up on the right. I'm going to just stay over the canal. Look at that harbour entrance. It's awesome. Right, watch out for the turbine, please. Please. Yeah, that was too close. Just chop us in half. It would. some people like to make these disclaimers. This is not real pilot advice. I kind of figure if you can't work it out, I don't know. That's an awesome section there. The boats, the power lines, it's all coming together. Let's have a look at the back. Yeah, wow. Fantastic. Sitting right on 500 feet. A bit slow, 70 knots. Let's crank it up a bit. So yeah, very relaxed mode of flying. It's great fun. It is actually very relaxing. Sometimes after the jet sorties I need to go and have a lay down and take it out of it, but it's also fun. Watch the speed. I get carried away. Remember what happened in Armenia. Nice marina there too. Okay, we'll buzz the museum. Actually, you know what? Check the map. Yep. No, I was going to fly down this canal, but do that some other time. Let's head straight back to the airport, which I can just see in the distance. Nice. Fly a little bit lower. Let's call the airport to where we're at. We're 3 miles from the airport, according to my navigate. It's pretty cool. Let's check our frequencies.
Antwerp Airport information, Whiskey 1500
Channel 2.
Zulu. Wind 028 at 10.
Channel 1.
Visibility, tree. Sky condition, few clouds at 4,600
Channel 1.
feet.
Mike India Golf 4. Drop the button to
Tower MiGMan 007 is 3
Worked.
miles northwest, 200 feet with X-ray to land.
MiGMan 007 Tower. Altimeter 29er for 1028 at 10. Fly straight in runway 11.
Mike India Golf, copy.
MiGMan 007 wind 028 at 10. Clear to land runway 11.
I'm just loving the facades on these buildings below us. Mike India Golf, copy.
Cleared to land runway 11 MiGMan 007.
Okay, runway 11's over to the left, so let's... Yep, we can see it. Fly around this church, I think. Yep, kind of come down the main road and hook left around the church. Get us right where we want to be. That is really unfortunate. They pointed the runway directly at that church. Wow. Okay, flaps 1. I'm going to see if I can land on this taxiway on the right here. Yep, we're coming down. Flaps 2. Ridiculously slow. Approaching 40 knots. See if I can touch down round about here. Let's kick a rudder in.
MiGMan 007 contact ground on 121.905.
That was too close for whew, comfort. So all my relaxation's gone out the window now. Yeah, I was just, my mind was just going blah blah blah.
MiGMan 007, please acknowledge.
I can do golf copy.
121.905 MiGMan 007.
Righto, I'll go and find somewhere to park. Look, they even brought the fire engine out for me. It's okay, guys. I'm alright now. Truly, really. Thanks.